Alright guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back with me, Pasma Jadid. Uh, Today I will show to you as usual. Every week I will do an assignment. That's the weekly assignment from the college. That's configuring. sorry, configuring a super lab. So let's begin. Okay, we look the task. For the first, configure hostname and our operators and switch SMS display name, and we configure the secret for each devices as Cisco. I think for the secret I will configure later. For the first, I will configure the hostname uh, when I start configuring um, for each area. Okay, to part uh, we start the part 2. Configure ether channel switch 1 and switch 2. Switch 1 and switch 2. Configure the ether channel LCP between switch 1 and switch 2. Okay, we start from switch 1 and switch 2. Okay, and now I configure the switch 1 first. We go to the global configuration, and then you configure the hostname, your web hostname, and SW1, and then what the task LCP, channel LCP. For the first, we look uh, the, the interface that we'll use for ether channel. You can back to the what they call uh, before global configuration, and then you write show CDP neighbor. Nah, so this interface that connect to the switch 2. So for this interface, that we will configure the ether channel. Okay, you look uh, we has interface 2, 7 and 8. We will configure the range 2, 7 and 8, and then I will look the okay guys. And now the configuration is, after we go to the uh, interface range, and then you write channel group, and channel group for the ID is 1, and then model below again. For switch 1 is active and switch 2 is passive, because we configure the switch 1, so that's active. And then we configure channel protocol, because we configure the LSCP, so we choose channel protocol LSCP, and then enter. Now after this, we go to the switch 2, we configure same as switch 1, we inside the hostname first, and then after hostname we go to interface range. Before that, we will see the interface that connect to the opposite switch CDP main. So there is interface 1, 6 and 7. Interface range A1, 6 and 7. So that we go to the channel group. For the ID is 1, and for mode is passive. after this After that we configure the protocol, that's the LSCP. Okay, done. Okay, after this we create the VLAN. We create at each switch, we create on switch 1 and switch 2, and then we configure the permit of VLAN, and then we configure port face for interface that connect to the PC, and then at the router 4 we will configure the router on stick or sub interface, and then we will configure the DHCP server. So the router will spread the IP addresses for each host that connect to the DHCP server. Okay, and don't forget to exclude the IP address. Okay, we start from create the VLAN. So we need VLAN 7, 8 and 9. VLAN 7, forget the name. VLAN 8, VLAN. Okay, and we configure also at the switch to VLAN 7, VLAN 8, VLAN 9. Okay, and now we will configure the interfaces that connect to the PC. We'll configure first for the interface. Configure the range first, and we look what interface that connect to PC. So we got interface 3 and 4 that connect to VLAN 9, and 5, 5 and 6 that connect to VLAN 8. So we'll configure from 3 until 6. A 3 till 6. Then you write spanning tree for face. Okay, after that we will configure the VLAN for interface. First I will create the VLAN 9. So the interface for VLAN 9 are interface 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Then you write switch port mode access. Then you write switch port access VLAN 9. And do also for VLAN 8 interface 5 and 6. Switch access VLAN 8. After this, um, I think we back to the interface ether channel for configuring the trunk, but we will configure on the interface ether channel, not the interface physically. Okay, okay, we go interface for channel, the number, that's the ID is 1, and then we will switch for mode trunk. Switch for trunk. Now, and now I configure the permit for VLAN. I will permit for all VLAN. Switch port trunk allowed VLAN all. Then done. Now we go to the interface. Switch to I mean first. I think I will configure the trunk for Ether channel. It looks easier. Go to the interface for channel 1 and then switch for mode trunk. After that, you configure permit, and then you configure for face for interface. This is interface. We look 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 until 5. Well, span entry for face, and then we configure the VLAN we go to the VLAN egg first, then interface 2 and 3. Sorry, that interface range, and then mode access VLAN egg. Wait a minute. If I create the VLAN, oh, it's done. After that, we go to the interface VLAN 7. That's for 5. We access for VLAN 7. Don't forget to see the configuration. Okay, after done, go back to the switch 1 and go to the interface FA01. We will configure the trunk, and then don't forget to permit. Okay, and now we go to the router. In the router, we go to the global configuration and don't forget to configure the hostname. That's core RTR1 F4. So then I will configure the router on stick first, or it called sub interface. Before that, I will turn on the physics interface that connect to the switch. That's interface 10 and no shoot. So the configure uh, is turning on. Okay, and now we will configure the sub interface. You write like this: interface. You write the interface physics that connect to the network. After that, you add the dot and then the number of your VLAN. First, I will create for VLAN 7, and then you write encapsulation dot cycle q 1q VLAN 7 row or VLAN ID. So, and then you write the IP address. The IP address for VLAN 7 is so you follow this task. Okay, after that we go to the other VLAN that the egg. We just change the the necessary configuration. I don't know why I feel very sleepy now. Maybe this video I will divide for two pieces. Okay, after we create this sub interface, we will create what is that? DHCP server. For that, I will exclude some interface. Start from interface VLAN 7. We exclude just for the first interface. That's one. And then do same for other VLAN. Okay, after this, configure the DHCP server. Uh, I mean DHCP pool first, and then you write the pool name because this for VLAN 7. I will create the name, the ID is VLAN 7, and then you write the network and the subnet. To this, you configure the default router. That's the second one. Oh, sorry. The rest doesn't have subnet mask. After this, we will create the DNS. So the task as as for us to create the DNS. This that's okay. Okay, we can configure the start interface, DHCP server, and DHCP exclude. I think for now is moment of truth. Is my configuration works or not? Okay, we will check. Go to the PC and then go to desktop and click IP configuration. We change the IP configuration for from static to DHCP. Okay. Hmm. Why the DHCP server is failed? Was failed. Oh, I forgot. I just create the DHCP pool for VLAN 7. Because I'm very sleepy. Sorry, mate. I will continue with for other VLAN. This is so fun. Okay, now I will check is the PC from VLAN can get the IP address. Okay, we success to configure the HTTP server. And now we will configure all the PC from VLAN 789. For getting the IP address dynamically from the HTTP server. Okay, for this area we done. And now we will continue configure this switch 4 and 5 or 3 and 4. So we will configure Ether channel but uh, with different protocol. So now we will configure with protocol PAGP, I think. Oh yeah, PAGP. We go to the switch 3. Don't forget to create the hostname. Switch 3. After that, we look the interface. Core interface is our interface uh, is 2 seconds right. And now I will configure the data channel. First, I will configure the range from interface 2 and then 7 and then 8. Okay, and then you write channel group 1 model. So we log in to the task whereas AD2 and switch 3 disable auto. Okay, disable and then uh, after the channel we create the protocol. That's channel protocol PAGP. Okay, for this we will configure the trunk for this ether channel, but we configure the interface ether channel. Go interface and then for channel 1. Oh, sorry. Um, I call so the channel group was 1. So that's incorrect. The correct is the ID is 2. We go back to the interface range. And then we write channel group 1. You write no for the first. Okay. We will create again for other ID. That's easy. Channel group is 2 and the model is this variable. Okay. To this uh, you write channel protocol and for protocol is PHGP. After this um, wait. Hmm, I forgot. Aduh, very difficult create the assignment. It's sleepy. After this we configure um, switch, switch for mode terang, but we will configure add interface attachment. Go back. Then you write interface uh, for channel 2. Then you write switch for mode terang. Okay, we check interface. Okay, we go to the switch for I think we create the VLAN first. Create the VLAN 6 and then VLAN 5. After that, my god, I forgot. Before VLAN, we can configure the voltage first. We create a link and then the interface is I think start from 3 3, 4, 5, 5, and there 6, 6 interface, spanning 3, 4 face, and then we create the VLAN. To that, we configure the VLAN for each interface. Uh, interface 3, enter 4, and then we configure super mode access, super access VLAN J6. Sorry, we go to the other interface, that's 5 and 6. That's the VLAN 5. Eh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I mean VLAN 5. Stop. And I will erase the VLAN 7 first. Okay, then configure the VLAN for each interface. And now we go to the interface if 01 for ground. Okay, and then you would switch for ground allowed VLAN out and exit, then forget to see. For that we go to the port channel, and then you would um, and then we write switch mode ground. We, um, switch from all VLAN check it first. Yeah. Okay, we look at the fact that we can create it. The first person is 2, 1 monogram, 2 monogram, F1 gram, the thing is done. My head is very heavy, very heavy, and I don't focus on my recording. and now has 1 and 14. Okay, after this I finish the part, this part, that's the part 1. Guys, and now we configure the switch form. Go to the global interface and then let's configure the hostname. And then we configure the um, interface ether channel. I will check it first. So our interface are 167. We will configure that interface. We configure the interface range 167, and then you will channel group. Sorry, uh, yeah, what the channel group? The ID of channel group is 2, and the module for switch 4 is auto. Check. Okay, after this we go to channel protocol and then we choose EAGP. Exit. Go to interface ether channel, then you wait switch port mode ground, then you wait switch port ground allowed VLAN out. Okay, after this we will configure the port face. For interface that connect to the PC. Interface range FA0 through 345 till 5 spanning 345. Okay, for that we create the VLAN. First is VLAN 6 and then VLAN 5. After that we inside the VLAN to the interface. First we inside the VLAN 6 to interface 2 and 3. VLAN 3. Switch for mode access. Switch for access VLAN 3. Oh, sorry, VLAN 6. I mean, okay, we go to the VLAN 45 for the access VLAN 5. Okay, done. We go to the router 5 for configuring routing on table and the server. We create the hostname first and then go to the interface FA01 for configuring interface, turning on. After that, we create the sub interface VLAN 5 first. Okay. Don't forget encapsulation, then the IP address. Okay, create also for line 6 and IP address. After IP address, we will create uh, the IP DHCP exclude, and then we create the put network uh, portal, and then DNS. Do also to line 6 and start again. Okay, after we create the DHCP pool, now we will test the pieces will get the IP from the data server. The step is same like before. Okay, it's done. Okay, we done. I think this is enough for configuring today. I can hold nicely. You can to happy with economy. Uh, that and forget to taking the devices first before we out from packet tracer. Okay, and the part one. Uh, okay, for the part one video is this. Maybe for the next part, when I will quit tomorrow. Thanks for watching.